Hey, what's up, guys? 98 Sports Talk here. You guys don't forget to sub and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any SEC football talk here on the channel. And today I'm bringing you guys this video from top of Stone Mountain. Wasn't really planning on doing any videos today, but I got my cell phone up here and I thought, I might as well do a video or two. If you don't know what Stone Mountain is, it's basically just a giant rock. Just a huge rock. You guys can see it below me, and it's pretty decent view from up top here. And I got my cell phone wedged between a limb and the trunk of a tree up here. So hopefully this thing doesn't fall, because if it falls, I'm in trouble. It's gonna smash on the rock below me, but whatever. So let's get into this video. This one's gonna be on Georgia's nightmare scenario. And I thought about it for a moment or two up here, and I think the nightmare scenario for UGA this season would be 4 losses. I really think that's the floor for Georgia. You'd be talking about losses to LSU, Auburn, South Carolina, and Florida. I think there is a potential for Georgia to lose each one of those games. Now, do I think Georgia's going to lose all 4 of those? I don't think so. But again, this is not what I think is going to happen. This is a nightmare scenario. So if you're talking about a nightmare scenario, you'd have to consider that all 4 of those games losses. So I think that's Georgia's nightmare scenario. And how does Georgia lose all 4 of those games? I mean, to be honest, I'm really not sure, because I do think Georgia should have more talent than each of those teams, and Georgia's probably going to be the favorite as well in each 4 of those games. The ones Georgia's going to be at home versus Auburn and on the road versus LSU. Those should be the toughest ones. Of the bunch. LSU, in Baton Rouge, that's probably going to be a night game there. That's going to be a really tough one, but I do think Georgia's probably going to be favored by something like a field goal, maybe even more. We'll see how the season goes for each team at that point. But Georgia, again, so Georgia's got more talent than anybody in the East right now, I believe. But so how do they lose those games? I'm not really sure. Maybe Fromm's had a couple boating accidents and got a broken hand right now, but Georgia's got seemingly a very capable backup. I'm hearing good things from Kirby Smart, talking about Justin Fields, Georgia's backup quarterback. If something were to happen to Fromm, Georgia should have a better offensive line this season. Question marks, I guess you could maybe question the running backs in a nightmare scenario. Maybe something doesn't pan out there, but everybody knows DeAndre Swift from the SEC championship and the Rose Bowl. I don't think he played very much in the national championship game, but he's a really good running back, and I don't foresee Georgia having any issues at running back, especially with the freshman they got coming in, Zeus. Could you say something could happen in the backfield where you wouldn't have a lot of production? I mean, maybe, because you lose Michelle and Chubb, but I really don't think there's going to be much drop-off there. Georgia's receivers should be fine. I guess in a nightmare scenario, you could say that, maybe Georgia can't find any linebackers, because Georgia did lose its entire linebacking core, and there are a couple of question marks in the secondary. So I guess if we're talking a nightmare scenario, then maybe things don't pan out the way Kirby Smart wants them to at linebacker and at secondary, and maybe teams are moving the ball a little bit more than Georgia expects to on them. So that would kind of be Georgia's nightmare scenario to me. If you guys think of anything else, let me know down in the comment section, and let me know what you guys think Georgia's going to do in those 4 games. The one on the road at LSU, in Jacksonville in Florida, and I think it's on the road at Columbia, South Carolina versus the Gamecocks, and the one at home against Auburn. Again, those are the 4 potential losses that I see that Georgia could possibly take this season. But again, you guys feel free to sub if you like the channel, and don't forget to turn on those notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.